The Philippines is more than just paradise. It's a land full of hidden dangers. You won't believe what scientists have recently revealed hidden within and underneath these beautiful islands. The Philippine sea plate slowly moves northwest. It pushes against the Eurasian plate, creating pressure. Over millions of years, this pressure formed the islands of the Philippines. The process is not gentle. It causes earthquakes, eruptions, and tsunamis. Another active area is the Philippine Mobile Belt. Smaller crust pieces, called microplates, are trapped here. They shift and crash, creating fault lines and volcanoes. To the west is the Manila Trench. The Eurasian plate is forced under the Philippine sea plate here. This causes powerful earthquakes and forms mountain ranges. The Philippines lies on the Pacific Ring of Fire. It has more than 20 active volcanoes. Mayon Volcano has a perfect cone. Taal Volcano sits in a lake. These are beautiful but dangerous landmarks. The plates beneath the Philippines never stop moving. Earthquakes are common. Some destroy cities, like Luzon's quake in 1990. Volcanic eruptions, like Mount Pinatubo in 1991, change the landscape. Scientists study these forces to predict disasters. People living here must always stay alert. The Philippine Trench is one of Earth's deepest trenches. It lies east of the Philippines and stretches over 1,300 kilometers along the Pacific Ocean floor. Its deepest point, the Emden Deep, is about 10,540 meters. By comparison, Mount Everest would fit inside it, completely underwater. The trench was first found in 1927 by a German ship. In 1951, a Danish ship, Galathea, explored it further. They discovered life thriving in total darkness under extreme pressure, shocking scientists. Life in such harsh conditions seemed impossible. In 2021, explorers Victor Vescovo and Deo Florence Onda became the first humans to reach the Emden Deep. They found fascinating marine life, but also plastic waste. Even this untouched place showed signs of human impact. The trench formed because the Philippine sea plate is being pushed under the Eurasian plate. This process, called subduction, creates deep ocean valleys and causes earthquakes. Scientists continue studying the trench to learn more about Earth's movements and changes. The Sierra Madre is the longest mountain range in the Philippines. It stretches over 540 kilometers, running from Cagayan in the north to Quezon in the south. This towering range is more than just a beautiful landscape. It is a natural shield that protects the country from powerful typhoons. When typhoons come from the Pacific Ocean, the Sierra Madre is the first to take the hit. Its tall mountains weaken the strong winds and heavy rains. This helps reduce the impact of storms on inland areas. Without the Sierra Madre, typhoons would cause much more destruction. The range is also a treasure trove of biodiversity. Its forests are among the oldest in the Philippines, home to plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth. Rare species like the Philippine eagle and tamaroa rely on these forests for survival. The range also provides food, water, and resources to millions of people. Despite its importance, the Sierra Madre faces threats. Deforestation and illegal logging are destroying its forests. This puts its wildlife and storm-shielding ability at risk. If the Sierra Madre is not protected, the country could lose its first line of defense against typhoons. The Philippine Rise, also called the Philippine Rise, is an underwater plateau east of Luzon. It is about 250 kilometers from the coast and covers a massive area of 13 million hectares. This makes it larger than the island of Luzon itself. The Philippine Rise is not just any underwater landform. It is an extinct volcanic ridge that formed millions of years ago. Its crust is thick, measuring up to 18 kilometers, which shows its volcanic origins. Scientists believe this ridge holds secrets about the Earth's geological past. What makes the Philippine Rise even more remarkable is its rich biodiversity. Scientists recently found coral reefs on Benham Bank, the shallowest area of the rise. These reefs are filled with marine life, including species found nowhere else. It is a thriving underwater ecosystem that scientists are still studying. The rise also holds great potential for resources. Methane hydrates, which could be a future energy source, are believed to be present here. However, the Philippine government has declared it a protected area. This move ensures that its biodiversity and resources remain intact for future generations. Another amazing find is the Apalaki caldera, the biggest caldera ever discovered. It shows the volcanic beginnings of the Philippine Rise and helps us learn more about Earth's history. The Philippines is part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. This is an area where earthquakes and volcanic eruptions often happen. It is one of the most active zones on Earth. The country has many volcanoes. Mayon volcano in the Bicol region is very famous. It has a perfect cone shape and is the most active volcano in the Philippines. Mayon has erupted more than 48 times, causing a lot of damage. Taal volcano in Batangas is arguably more dangerous. In 1911, an eruption killed over 1,300 people. More recent eruptions have forced many people to leave their homes. Mount Pinatubo, located in Luzon, had a huge eruption in 1991. This eruption was one of the biggest in the 20th century. It destroyed many towns and sent ash into the sky, which affected the world's climate. Scientists work hard to keep people safe from these volcanoes. They use tools to watch for signs of activity. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology sends alerts to warn people about possible eruptions. The Philippines faces frequent earthquakes because it lies on the Pacific Ring of Fire. This makes it one of the most active earthquake zones in the world. One of the most dangerous fault lines is the Marikina Valley Fault System. It includes the West Valley Fault and East Valley Fault. These faults run through areas like Metro Manila, which have many people living and working there. Earthquakes in the past have caused massive destruction. In 1990, the Luzon earthquake shook the country with a magnitude of 7.8. It destroyed buildings, roads and bridges, leaving many people homeless. Another major earthquake hit Batangas in 2017. A series of tremors, some reaching magnitude 6.0, caused damage and injuries. The government has taken steps to prepare for future earthquakes. Scientists now use tools like Fault Finder. It shows how close someone is to active faults. Bivolcs also works to predict earthquakes and warn people. Programs like NOAA help improve monitoring and send alerts quickly to save lives. Communities are learning how to stay safe. Regular earthquake drills teach people what to do when the ground starts shaking. Public education campaigns explain how to prepare emergency kits and plans. The Philippines faces serious problems with coastal erosion and rising sea levels. These issues affect people, wildlife, and land along the country's shores. The situation is getting worse because of climate change. Sea levels in the Philippines are rising faster than the global average. In some places, the water rises by over 14 millimeters a year. This rapid increase swallows land, forces people to leave their homes, and damages roads and buildings near the coast. Coastal erosion also harms livelihoods. Many people rely on farming and fishing to survive, but as the land erodes and the shorelines shrink, fertile fields and fish habitats disappear. This leads to less food and income for families. The government is taking action to fight these challenges. Laws now ban activities like beach mining, which speeds up erosion. New policies are being made to improve the way coastal areas are managed. Scientists suggest using nature to help. Restoring mangroves and coral reefs can protect the coast from waves and storms. These natural barriers can slow erosion and support marine life at the same time. The Philippines has many amazing caves and underground rivers. One of the most famous is the Puerto Princesa underground river in Palawan. This river flows for over 8 kilometers through dark caves. It is one of the longest underground rivers in the world. Visitors can see huge caves with beautiful rock formations. The river also has plants and animals that live only in the dark. Other caves in the Philippines have surprising discoveries. In Calao Cave, in Cagayan, scientists found fossils of 3 new kinds of giant cloud rats. These animals lived with early humans over 60,000 years ago. Calao Cave also became famous for the discovery of Homo luzonensis. This ancient human lived in Luzon over 50,000 years ago. This shocked scientists because it showed that many kinds of humans lived in Southeast Asia. In other caves, scientists found new species like the spiny stick insect and a small rare bug called the bristletail. These caves are full of life that no one knew about before. As always, thanks for joining. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more of that history crack.